Are you struggling to stick to a plant-based diet? Ever wonder how to make plant-based eating a lasting habit? Transforming your diet can be tough, but not impossible. In this video, I share how I switched to a 90% plant-based lifestyle and how I maintained it for 20 months at the time of this recording. As a result, I put my metastatic thyroid cancer into remission. A plant-based diet prioritizes foods derived from plants, including vegetables, grains, nuts, seeds, legumes, and fruits, while minimizing or excluding highly processed foods and animal products. The health benefits are significant, with scientific studies indicating a reduced risk of chronic diseases. However, making this dietary shift a permanent part of our lives is the real challenge. In 2022, I transitioned to a 90% plant-based diet in just 3 weeks. In the past, I've tried other various diets that only lasted a few weeks or up to 3 months. These strategies, while effective in the short term, weren't sustainable for me. To avoid repeating these patterns, I looked for resources to make my new plant-based habits stick. That's when I found Atomic Habits by James Clear. Atomic Habits isn't just another self-help book. It's a globally recognized guide, a #1 New York Times bestseller with over 15 million copies sold according to Amazon. James Clear provides an understanding of how habits are formed and how they can be reshaped to last using the 4 laws of behavior change. The lessons I learned from this book was instrumental in my transition. At the end of this video, I share a power lesson that overarches these 4 laws. So, what are the 4 laws of behavior change that turned my plant-based journey into a lasting lifestyle? Let's break them down one by one. 1. Make it obvious. The first law emphasizes the importance of awareness. Clear suggests that by making the cues of good habits obvious, it becomes easier to notice them and act on them. This can be achieved through strategies like habit stacking. Another way to design your environment is to make the cues of good behaviors more visible. For me, this meant writing my weekly meal plan on a whiteboard and placing it on my fridge. I only keep healthy plant-based foods at home, and I plan my grocery list in advance. By making plant-based choices obvious, I remove the temptation and guesswork from my daily routine. This clarity and visibility were key to maintaining my healthy eating habits. Think about your environment. How can you make plant-based choices more obvious? What changes can you make in your kitchen or shopping habits to support this lifestyle? 2. Make it attractive. This law is about making the habits you want to adopt more appealing. James Clear suggests that the more attractive an action is, the more likely it is to become habit-forming. I achieve this by finding at least one new plant-based recipe every week. I use social media and connect with other plant-based eaters. I share what I learn and cook together with my husband, who also eats plant-based. I strive to expose myself to an environment where this lifestyle is considered the norm. This sense of community and belongingness made the plant-based diet more than just a dietary choice. It became an exciting part of my identity. What can you do to make plant-based eating more attractive to you? Are there communities or social media groups you can join to feel more connected and inspired? 3. Make it easy. The third law is about reducing friction and reducing the effort required to perform a good habit. According to Clear, the easier, simpler, and more convenient a habit is, the more likely it is to be performed. This includes strategies like breaking down complex tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, and organizing your environment to decrease the number of steps between you and your good habits. I made fruits and healthy snacks easily accessible in my home. If I wanted junk food or meat, I would have to go out of my way to get it, adding extra steps and effort. I'm lazy, so I'd rather eat what's available at home. Meal prepping was a game changer for me. Having plant-based meals readily available meant I was more likely to stick to my diet. How can you make it easier to eat plant-based meals? Can meal prepping or rearranging your pantry help you in this journey? 4. Make it satisfying. The 4th law centers on the reward phase of the habit loop. Clear argues that we are more likely to repeat a habit when the experience is satisfying. Eating junk foods is an easier habit to develop because it's already satisfying and pleasurable in itself. You satisfy salty and sugary cravings. You get the rewards immediately. Eating healthy foods, on the other hand, is harder because the good results are delayed and don't come immediately. This law teaches us to make ways to provide immediate rewards for completing a habit. An example would be using a habit tracker to provide visual proof of your progress. The satisfaction and sense of accomplishment from seeing your success can be a powerful motivator. I made a rule to take photos of at least one plant-based meal that I eat daily, so it gives me a visual record of my progress. The health benefits of a plant-based diet are long-term, but these daily photos provide me immediate gratification and a sense of accomplishment. Most of the time, I share these photos on Instagram and Facebook. This also creates a sense of accountability and community support. To me, that is also incredibly satisfying. What can you do to make your plant-based journey immediately satisfying? Could documenting your journey or celebrating small milestones help you stick to it? How about a habit tracker? By applying these 4 laws from Atomic Habits, I made my plant-based diet sustainable and enjoyable. As a bonus, there's an essential concept from Atomic Habits that I'd like to share with you: identity change in habit formation. James Clear emphasizes that lasting habits are deeply rooted in our identity. It's not just about the actions we take, but who we believe we are. There's a breakdown of his perspective on identity-based habits. 1. Identity-based habits. Clear introduces this concept, emphasizing that change starts with our self-identity. It's about shifting how we see ourselves to align with our desired habits. 2. Start with who you want to be. Envision the type of person you want to become. When I started my plant-based journey, I told myself this: from now on, I'm going to be the type of person who eats healthily. 3. Behavior reinforces identity. Every action is a vote for who you want to be. Small, consistent habits affirm and strengthen your desired identity. 4. Focus on becoming, not reducing. It's more effective to focus on becoming the new identity rather than just trying to stop the old behaviors. For example, focus on being someone who enjoys plant-based meals, not just someone who avoids meat and junk food. Aligning your habits with your desired identity makes them more natural and sustainable. As you embark on your plant-based journey, consider what identity aligns with your goals and how each action can be a step towards becoming that person. The journey to a healthier lifestyle is personal. Ultimately, it's not just about following a set of rules. It's about finding what works for you and your lifestyle. The key is to find what supports your transition to a plant-based diet. If you found this video helpful, check out my other video where I explain the different variations of plant-based diets for more information. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.